Hey, this is Ken for the Information Nation, bringing you more stuff. That's right, I'm bringing you more stuff. Lately, I did a video a while back about Kanger Subtank when they first came out with it. And lately I've been getting a number of comments complaining about the tank leaking through the airports. Now, first thing I want to make clear is that we're talking about this Kanger, which is the first sub-tank that they came out, the first 25 millimeter sub-tank that they came out. That's what I'm talking about in my video. Now, personally, the only place that I had a problem with it leaking was right down here. It was coming past the coil, or past the O-ring. Also the fact that when I took it apart, this center section just fell right out of the glass. That's one of the problems that I had with it. But now I'm getting people calling, sending comments, and they're saying that they're getting leaks through the air hole through their coil. So I got to looking at it, and I said to myself, Self, how can they be getting that? This is supposed to be sealed. Then, excuse me, I took a look at the coil. Now, in here, right inside here, let me get a little pointer here. Right inside here is a seal. Now, I'm not saying people are doing this, but if you are forcing this onto that center chimney, you could be crimping this, allowing your juice to get past that coil, all the way down in there. The other thing I looked at was on the bottom right here, and there's a little, you can see the O-ring right here. If you're not seating that thing properly, don't send me comments, oh, I'm seating the damn thing properly, what the hell you're talking about. I don't want to hear that. These are things that I'm pointing out to you. If for some reason this is missing, or if it's crimped in any way, you could be getting some leaking down here. Now you see on this one here, see this is one of my rebuilds. You see this little problem right here? I don't know if you can, let me hold it up here and see if you can see the little piece of wire sticking out there. It's over on the other side. Whatever, it's right over here on this side. It's kind of hard to see because it's so darn small. There you can see, you might be able to see it. But anyhow, I got to trim that a little bit farther because this is not allowing this cap to sit flat on this seal. Now, I'm not saying that you people are wrong. Don't get me wrong on this. And the other thing, too, is if the cotton is not sitting flush, or at least up on a hole right here and on the other side, if that's pushed in for any reason whatsoever, the juice, if you look at the way, you might be able to see it better on this one. You can see where the hole is and where the juice is at. What will end up happening is the juice will just flow through that hole down into your air hole down at the bottom. And that'll give you leaking. Now, I have the full-size sub-tank. I have the Kanger Mini. I have the Kanger Nano. And this is the Kanger Plus. And I have had no issues with any of those other than the original sub-tank was a problem. I wrote the Kanger. They apparently don't understand English because they kept on talking about it's an O-ring problem. It wasn't an O-ring problem. It was the fact that the glass was too damn big. I measured it against the stainless steel ribs that they have on here, and the glass was at least 0.005 of an inch bigger than this area right here in the glass, which allowed the tank to just flop on and flop off like a fish out of water. So when I got them, I also have right here. There's the Mini. And I've had no problems with the Mini leaking. My wife uses the Nano, and believe me, if she had a problem with leaking, I'd have heard about it. So what I'm saying is, it could be, hey, and it could also be you got one of the faulty ones that came through the production line and QC missed. I'm not saying that you don't have a problem with it. What I'm saying is take a look at some of the solutions that I've just come up with, and maybe it'll fix it for you. Personally, I love these things. This is the best tank that I have ever had. All of them except for the original. The original, you can see what I've done with that. I put some juice in it a while ago, and I haven't used it in quite a while. It just sits there and looks pretty. If I could get a goldfish in there, that would be kind of nice. Then I could put it on top of my Sigali, which is dead right now, and I could have it sitting on the desk, and the little fish could be swimming around in there. I don't know. Anyhow, I also said that I was going to do a review on some juice. Now, I got some juice. I ordered it on the suggestion of Phil Basardo, P. Basardo. I wish he'd stop saying P. Basardo because everybody thinks his name is Pete, and it's not. It's Phil. So get it straight, Pete. Anyhow, I ordered it from the Goodlife, and they're a nice little juice company. There's one of them right there called Deadly Sin. Now, you have to understand something. I don't want any of you that are using Goodlife and you are happy with it. That is perfectly fine. You have to understand juice in your atomizer is like food. It's all subjective. Have you ever had a friend that turn around and tell you, hey, we got to go to this restaurant, man. They make the greatest burgers you've ever tasted in your life. And you say, okay, let's go. I'm all up for a burger. And you go to this place, and what happens? You take the burger, you put it in your mouth, you take a bite and go, I've stepped in this before, but I've never put it in my mouth. That's about what I see. It's not that bad, really. But I made one mistake with Goodlife. I ordered their sangria. Now, I normally vape at 3 milligram, and I ordered their sangria, which is a nice juice, by the way, except for the fact that I forgot to change the setting, and they sent it to me in 12 milligram, and about blew my brains out with it. It's a quick way to commit suicide when you're used to doing 3. I used to do 18. Now I'm down to 3. Another one that they got is Schmucker. And with a name like Schmucker, it damn well better be good. Schmucker is a pretty nice one. It's kind of nice. But I'm not overwhelmed. I'll tell you the truth. I am not overwhelmed with the Goodlife. I was expecting so much more after Basardo went out there and just, he touted the hell out of it. He did an interview with them at their plant and took me on a tour of their plant and everything else. And he touted them quite highly. I'm a little disappointed in that. But like I say, then again, vaping like food is totally subjective to the individual. What you vape, that's up to what you feel, what tastes good to you. Not just the clouds, but what gives you that satisfying flavor. That's what's important. Same thing with your atomizer. Whether you use a dripper or a tank or, something else, it doesn't matter. It is subjective up to you. It's up to you what you use. Same thing with the mods. Now, I happen to really like the Elif 50. I have 2 of them. My wife has 2 of the 20s. They work for us. Not everybody's going to go out and buy a Ford. Some people are going to go out and buy a Chevy. Some are going to buy an Audi. Some are going to buy BMWs. Everything is subjective to the individual. So don't go getting mad at people because, you ought to do it my way. No, not necessarily. The whole thing boils down to is what you're comfortable with. What I'm very comfortable with is number 1, and I've said it before, is Seduce Juice. And I've been hacking on this pretty darn well. This is their snake venom. I find it as a very, very smooth vape. I like it. I like my vapes smooth. And then, of course, the other thing that I do, this is a cherry peach cream that I put together because I make my own. So, like I say, it's all subjective to the individual. You know, I don't want people getting all upset over silly stuff. Get upset about the important stuff, which is the politicians trying to take everything away from us. But anyhow, that's my opinion. This has been Ken for the Information Nation, bringing you more stuff. Hey, subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. Share the video on Google+, your Facebook page. With your friends, your enemies. Send them to the politicians. I don't care. Share them. But anyhow, in the meantime, in between time, 8, we got fun. Have a great day.